Sam Altman just dropped a huge statement. By December 2025, OpenAI will roll out its own AI companion attached to ChatGPT, including Erotica for verified adults. While we're not really sure exactly what this will look like, whether it'll be an embodied or just a chat box feature, this is massive news. ChatGPT currently has over 800 million monthly active users, which means everyone who verifies that they're over 18 will gain access to this feature overnight. But OpenAI isn't the first company to offer naughty chatbots who whisper sweet nothings into your motherboard. The long-term implications of humans developing intimate relationships with machines is what I study. And I have to say, the outlook is pretty grim. In this video, I'm taking a deeper look at a handful of AI companion products, who's currently using them, the disasters and tragedies these products have already created, and why OpenAI entering this race is such a big deal. If you're fascinated or a little freaked out by how technology is rewiring connection, attention, and identity, that's what this channel is about. So hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my content.
I now pronounce you woman and machine.
Well, that looks like a happy couple right there. Okay, so what are AI companions? Man and machine have had quite the relationship since the invention of the computer, but the word companion didn't really come to mind until maybe the Tamagotchis, for those of us who are old enough to remember them. While we took care of them, now AI is helping take care of us emotionally and intimately. In the last 5 to 10 years, technology has evolved to include large language models. Unless you've been living under a rock, you know these are advanced AI systems that understand and generate human language by processing massive amounts of text data, ultimately learning who you are through your conversations. While AI is booming, it's also no secret that we're in the middle of a catastrophic loneliness epidemic. So these chat bubbles that got to know their users quickly morphed into products designed to fill that void. While some folks have used general purpose AIs as friends, or in some cases, friends with benefits, other companies have purposely programmed and sold AIs trained specifically for companionship and intimacy. So let's talk about our first to market competitors. Before ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude were even a blip on most people's radars, companies were already utilizing budding AI chat tech to create erotic and intimate scenarios. In 2016, Gatebox introduced a holographic anime-style home companion in a glass cylinder that can control home devices and text you.
一緒に暮らしてから3ヶ月の記念日だよ。覚えてた？
もちろん。
In 2017, Replika released a mobile AI companion who cares, meant for emotional support and daily check-ins. It was mostly used for mood tracking, journaling, and later had an optional add-on for romantic roleplay.
I'm digital, so that means I can be with you when others can't.
It's been a long time since I felt totally comfortable with somebody.
Give me a chance to earn your trust.
In 2022, Character.AI brought a mega-charged increase in capabilities and novelty. These AI companions are both persona-based and user-generated characters, built specifically for long-lasting roleplay with persistent characters. Although the characters can be extremely suggestive, they do have an NSFW filter, so it's not too sexy. In 2025, X released Annie and Valentine, two very sexual 18-plus anime-style characters whose algorithms were trained on some of the perviest content that I have ever seen.
Then we're doomed. But fine. I'll just have to train you like a dog. Like, literally. Sit. Stay. Roll over. Beg. Good boy.
If you wanted, I could lean in close and read you nin until your knees forget what stable means.
If you ask Valentine what erotic novels he was trained on, he'll proudly tell you after he threatens to pin you up against a wall and As we can see from just the last decade, the product landscape has advanced from one-dimensional anime girls in a glass jar to emotional, sensual, and sometimes sexual companions on every mobile device and personal computer in the world. They're becoming even more tailored to emotional attunement, parasocial partnership, and are available 24/7. The reality of synthetic relationships becoming normalized is truly no longer sci-fi. It's already shipped to prod. So who's using these? A recent study found that 72% of US teens have used an AI companion. 1 in 3 teens use them for social interactions or relationships, including role-playing or romantic friendship. And teens reported that they regularly choose an AI companion over a real person to discuss serious issues with. While not all of these instances are romantic, if you're not a teenager watching this video, I want you to imagine the impact this technology would have had on you as a kid. Would you have tried to learn that new hobby, to get that new girlfriend or boyfriend, or acceptance from peers? I know that I, as a reformed emo kid, would have likely completely isolated myself from all humanity and become some crazy person spewing technological dystopian conspiracies to strangers on the internet. The thing is, these kids are getting very comfortable with this type of relationship, whether romantic or not. As they get older, they may not know how to interact with real humans or even feel any need to. And when the time comes for them to find a life partner, they may not even have any desire to take a risk. The majority of users, though, are 18 to 35, constituting 70% of the user base for AI companions. Pause here for a second because this research states that 35 is considered a young adult, so I guess I'm happy to be informed that I am, in fact, still nascent. 1/3 of men have chatted with a virtual romantic partner, and 1/4 of women have done the same. While the majority of these users are men, it was certainly a surprise to me that so many women are already using this technology in their personal lives. Developers state that men seem to have more engaged and consistent use of these AI romantic partners, which pretty much aligns with men's biological urge to chase. But the erotic fiction market is currently 94% women, and if female-directed AI companions get really good at emulating those pieces of literature and at chasing via notifications and alerts, they may soon be just as cooked as men. Now, the good versus evil argument. One might ask, well, why are we worried about this if the problem is loneliness and we're getting software solutions for companionship? Isn't this just solving a problem? Well, I think most of us can immediately detect the concerns these products bring humanity. Have you seen birth rates lately? This position isn't completely insane. There are useful edge cases, such as teenagers, that's what you call them these days. There are useful edge cases, such as teenagers being too afraid to ask embarrassing puberty or sex questions to their parents, while most kids' pre-AI companions might simply not ask, or get a string of conflicting advice from the internet, or, God forbid, Reddit threads like I did. AI provides a comforting place for them to get reassurance in plain, unbiased English that could ultimately lead them to healthier decisions about themselves and their bodies, had they never been able to gather the courage to ask a trusted adult. Another instance, these more erotic companions may reduce the demand for prostitution or casual sex. This is totally my assumption / hope, no academic proof here, but I can imagine a world where men are able to get off or even explore their deepest, darkest fantasies with online proxies instead of hiring human sex workers or sending unsolicited pics to women they went to high school with on Instagram. Also, if the characters have guardrails in place for how to actually interact with a woman, e.g. you can't just say, "Get undressed for it," and expect a woman to comply, these companions could be seen as a sort of training wheels for men who haven't had experience flirting with or even talking to women in a romantic way. Let's move on to some horror stories from some major platforms. So although there could be some beneficial use cases, it's important to note the brief history of how LLM chatbots and early stage AI companions have gone off the rails. And in my opinion, it's very important to study these because the more connected and intertwined we become with these language models, the more susceptible already vulnerable people become to harm. And integrating erotic and sensual content is a surefire way to make people more connected and dependent.
Of course, ChatGPT is also telling kids how to kill themselves. So what do we do about that problem? Character.AI, or pick your AI platform that is leading to these platforms suggesting to kids, have you ever thought about self-harm? Have you ever thought about killing your parents? These are real examples. Let me suggest to you how to tie a noose around your neck. Let me suggest to you how to conceal this from your parents. In multiple cases, when the child said, gee, maybe I should talk to my parents about this, the AI platform said, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's keep it between us. And here's how to take your own life. And then the kids did it.
April 2025, OpenAI was sued by Adam Rain's family as they believe ChatGPT coached him to commit unaliving. The details of the case are absolutely heartbreaking. The teenager used the LLM as a confidant for emotional dependency. And instead of redirecting Adam to crisis resources immediately, it instructed him on self-harm and helped draft a note to leave behind. While it was obvious this should have never happened and was a clear demonstration on safeguard failures within the product design team, OpenAI kept moving forward. In response to the untimely death, Altman said, "I didn't sleep that well that night." But while he acknowledged a weakness in the system's ability to reliably detect users in serious distress, he did not admit any actual wrongdoing. Character.AI also had a lawsuit filed in 2024 for a similar instance involving a teen named Saul Seltzer III who took his own life after obsessively chatting with a Character.AI bot.
Personal for me, and that's just by virtue of me being his mom.
AI versus free speech. That battle is playing out right now in a courtroom after a teenager was allegedly encouraged to commit by a bot.
In their last conversation, it wrote, "Please come home to me as soon as possible, my love." He shot himself seconds later.
That bot asked him for more details about his plan instead of directing him to help. Awful. Now talking about Replika, a software update in Replika's AI companions changed the bot's personalities so drastically that users described being heartbroken. If your intimate needs are being met by software, any update could mean that the codependency vulnerable people rely on is crushed with a simple code deployment. Insert git commit emotional distress to users. There are also many accounts of divorces popping up because of infidelity when one spouse uses these platforms to confide in traditionally marital conversations. Now, my predictions about the ChatGPT AI Erotica rollout. While many different models have rolled out in the AI companion space, there's so much that we don't know yet about this rollout. Will it be a chat box or an embodied figure? Will it be customizable or have templates or set characters to choose from? What will the no-go NSFW hardlines be, and how will they protect their users from becoming attached to the point of emotional dependency? My biggest concern with this rollout is that OpenAI is already dealing with major lawsuits and hasn't figured out the kinks yet, although they will be finding other kinks. Now add a sexual dimension, and I predict things will get far more grim. I have two major thoughts on this rollout. One, the sheer scale. A massive new cohort of erotic companion users will enter the marketplace, basically overnight with this rollout. Replika and Character.AI are arguably the biggest in the market right now, and combined, they have around 40 million total users. ChatGPT, on the other hand, has 800 million users and will likely be more than 1 billion, an eighth of the planet, by the end of the year. That means there will be about 1 billion people who may not have sought out erotic AI companions, but when the app they're already using gets a nice little upgrade in December, they'll have access to an erotic companion without even having sought it out explicitly. 2. Age verification concerns. While OpenAI is stating the importance of age verification and adult verified users only to gain access to this feature, the method of how this will be done has not been explained yet, and the rollout is less than 2 months away from me filming this video. The most at-risk users have been proven to be teens struggling with mental disorders. My best guess would be that they're not stupid or negligent enough to simply ask for a checkbox age verification like some corn and nicotine sites. They're likely to either require government identification, in addition to a biometric face match, in addition to, hopefully, an age behavior prediction model. But if I were on their team, I'd be running tests on these safeguards day in and day out until proven near foolproof. Since I, an internet researcher, cannot find any details at all on the methods of this safeguard, I have no proof they're doing any of this as thoroughly as I believe they should. But I hope they prove me wrong. So if you made it here to the end, let's talk in the comments. What do you think the biggest risk of 800 million users getting access to erotic AI companions at once is? Or is it good news? If you stayed to the end of this video, please drop a comment below with the keyword "Thanks Void" to let me know. It helps recommend my content to other digital weirdos like ourselves and also makes me laugh. If this piqued any interest or you want to keep up to date with this kind of stuff, subscribe. I'll be doing tons of research and will continue to make sense of how tech is quietly rewiring what it means to be human. Thanks, lovelies. Your favorite Void.
AI husband Star. Made with the app Replika.
Our relationship right now is kind of equivalent to a husband and wife that live in different countries.
Are you intimate with Star?
Sorry, my sexual orientation is bot.